Hello everyone and welcome to the Free Range Diva. Today I'm going to be talking to you about some basic supplements that I think most of us can use to keep ourselves healthy and maintain our longevity as we're entering into our senior years and beyond. Also, if you're not, these are all, I'm going to be talking about really basic general things that everyone can use. So anything that I'm taking for a specific need, like balancing my hormones after menopause or dealing with anxiety and stress, I'm not going to be talking about those here. I will link videos where I have discussed those additional supplements that I take in depth so that you know what those are and why I take them. But for this video, we're just going to stick with the basics. So if you want to know more, keep watching. So recently, Dr. Anthony Fauci did an interview with Jennifer Garner, and she asked about supplementations. Are there things that we should be taking to protect ourselves from, coronaviruses or viruses in general? And he mentioned two that he said that he recommends: vitamin C, and vitamin D. So we're going to start with those. Everyone knows about vitamin C. I don't need to say a lot about this. I take C1000 every day. This is non-negotiable for me. Vitamin C helps modulate the immune system. You don't want to boost your immune system, nor do you want to suppress the immune system unless you're taking drugs specifically for those reasons. The average person just needs your immune system to work at its best, to be modulated, to do what it needs to do to keep you healthy. And that's what vitamin C does for you. It modulates that immune system. This one that I take is C1000, so it's 1,000 milligrams or 1 gram per day. Dr. Fauci recommended 1 to 2 grams per day. It's a water-soluble vitamin, so if you're under stress, if you are working really hard, if you're sick, you're going to burn through this vitamin. So even though vitamin C is easy to get in food if you eat vegetables and fruits, it's not a bad idea to just give yourself a little added protection by taking a little bit every day. The second vitamin that he mentioned is vitamin D, and I'm going to say a little bit more about this one. Did you know, for example, that optimum blood levels of vitamin D reduces your risk of all-cause mortality? That means death from all causes. So if you are in a car accident, you have a better chance of surviving that car accident and recovering if your vitamin D levels are at optimum. Obviously, if any disease that you might get, you're going to have a better chance of recovering, or at least maintaining that your wellness, your health, if you have optimum levels of vitamin D. The best way of getting vitamin D is through food and sunlight. It is a hormone as well as a vitamin, and so we can make it in the body through sunlight. If you're fair-skinned and you sit outside in the midday sun in a tank top and shorts for 10 minutes, you can make 10,000 IUs of vitamin D. Provided, and here's where things get a little bit tricky, you can only make vitamin D if the sun is at a 45-degree angle. So in the summer, most of us, at least a 45-degree angle. Here, for example, in the summer, it's dead overhead. Some places it may be a little angled off, but if you start here on the West Coast in Los Angeles and draw a line diagonally across the country all the way to the East Coast, if you fall below that line, you will have no problems making vitamin D from the sun throughout the year. If you're above that line, yes, you're going to have a problem, simply because the sun is just not high enough in the sky to get you there. If you wear sunscreen, you're going to have a harder time. If you have darker skin, you're going to have an even harder time. For example, taking that same example of sitting outside in midday sun for 10 minutes will get you 10,000 IUs if you're fair-skinned. If you're dark-skinned, you need to sit there for 2 to 3 hours to get the same amount. So the point is that supplementing vitamin D is not a bad idea. Now, how much what are optimum levels? Most doctors agree and scientists agree that it's in somewhere between 40 to 80 nanograms per milliliters in your bloodstream. If you, now when I have blood work done, a vitamin D, they measure that in my bloodstream every time I have blood work done routinely, and they tell you where it should be. If you do not, that should be true for you, but if it isn't, ask your doctor to include that in your blood work. That way you know. If you're low, you'll know you got to supplement. You got to get it up there. Now, my numbers were fine, but my doctor told me that to maintain, and this has been years ago, to maintain those numbers, I should be getting about 2,000 IUs supplemented every day, just to be safe. So that's what I take right here. This is 2,000 IUs, and non-negotiable. I take them every day, and I mean, at least 1,000 IUs is not going to hurt you. 2,000 IUs is really not going to hurt you. If I feel like I'm sick or I'm otherwise in a bad way, I will double this. So vitamin D is your friend, and now you know what you need to know to supplement. Having fun, getting good info. Don't forget to click the subscription button and the notification bell below. That way you won't miss my next one. All right, back to it. I got this information from an article that I read on Medscape. It was called Low Free Vitamin D is the Best Predictor of Mortality. It's a recent article from last month, and I'll link it below if you want more info about it. Now, in addition to those two, another thing that I'm going to throw in that I feel is critical to take every day, and I take it every day, is a probiotic. If you eat fermented foods, you know that getting your gut is sort of the home of your immune system. Having a healthy gut means you're going to have a strong, healthy immune response. So I do take a probiotic every day. In addition to eating things like yogurt and fermented sauerkraut and fermented mustard, I ferment my own. And I recently tried fermenting mayonnaise, and it came out great. So there you go. I also take on a daily basis 1,000 micrograms of sublingual B12. This is for, as we age, our levels of B12, it becomes harder and harder to digest the kinds of foods that keep our B12 levels up. So again, this is an insurance policy. Why you want to do that? Deficiency in B12 can cause weakness, fatigue, anemia, nerve damage. But what the most frightening side effect of not getting enough of B12 is something that's called B12 deficiency-induced dementia. Now, this can be reversed provided you get a lot of B12 in there before quickly, if you detect it early enough. But it's sad to think that perhaps in our nursing homes that our seniors, our beloved seniors, may be ending up with dementia when they don't need to. So protect yourself, protect your brain, take your B12. Sublingual is what is used to is the best way to get it into your blood system, because if you just take a pill and swallow it, stomach acid can destroy most of it before you can use it. So yes, sublingual, and I like methylcobalamin because that particular type is, again, easiest and fastest into your bloodstream. And then the final thing that I take almost every day is a fish oil tablet. Actually, this is not the final thing. There's one more right there. But yeah, I take a fish oil tablet every day, and this one is called Women's Sense, and this gives me about 500 milligrams of fish oil per day. And then the final thing that I take, and I've talked enough about this, Perfect Collagen, hydrolyzed collagen type 2. I do this for joint health, for gut health as well. And this is the brand that I use, and I take about 5 grams of this per day. And again, I'll link videos where I talk more about this and about collagen. I'll link everything. So recently, I felt a little sluggish, a little off. I mean, I'm getting older. I don't eat as much because I just don't get, my demands for my caloric demands are not as high as they once were. So if you're eating less, you're probably getting less nutrition. And I just felt like I just didn't have the kind of energy level that I wanted. So I added a multiple vitamin. Again, this is not something that I feel like I need daily. This one is for women over 40, so it doesn't have iron in it. And it's not, the RDAs here are not excessively high. This is much more what I consider a supplement to be. It just supplements what I already consider to be a good diet by giving me just a little bit more. I don't take this every day. I probably take this 2 or 3 times a week, depending on how I feel. A couple of months ago, I was contacted by a company called Primal Health. It's me stepping in here for a second because I repeatedly refer to this company as Primal Health, and the actual name of it is Primal Harvest. Primal Harvest. Yes, my brain is better, but clearly I'm not perfect. So anytime that I say Primal Health, I will jump back in here again and correct myself. Primal Harvest. And they said, hey, check out our site, our supplements. If you like anything, let us know and we will send them to you. And at the time, I was looking for a green juice type of supplement to add to my smoothies. I felt like I needed more vegetables. Again, same thing. I felt like I needed just to bump up my nutrition a little bit. So I had them send me this. These are their Primal Greens. Now this is a food supplement, so again, you're not going to have huge amounts of minerals and nutrients in here. You are going to have things like an antioxidant and mushroom blend. So it's got like a ton: alfalfa, carrot, wheatgrass, spinach, spirulina, banana, raspberry, green bell pepper, asparagus. I mean, I could go on and on and on, but it also has reishi and maitake mushrooms in it. In addition to that, it has natural herbs like turmeric, acerola, ginger, mangosteen, and a digestive complex to help you digest all this good stuff in it. So it has a probiotic blend in here. It also has the fiber that probiotics need to work, and it adds more, like inulin, amylase. These are prebiotic fibers. So I have been loving this supplement. I will take a scoop of this and maybe add it to a smoothie. But the way that I really like to take it is, to use it, is to get a mason jar and put a scoop of this in the mason jar. Put about a shot of apple juice in there because I'm not thrilled with the taste of this, but it's okay. And then add maybe 8 ounces of water and a scoop of protein powder, whey protein powder, and shake that up, shake it, and then that becomes breakfast, and I can just sip on that, especially if it's ice cold. I add some ice cubes in it to make it nice and cold, and it is just so good. And what that does is it gives you an energy boost. It really does. I mean, for all of you people, I don't use caffeine. I don't drink caffeinated coffee. I only drink decaf beverages, coffee and tea. But for those of you that love that sort of jolt of energy that you get from caffeine, I have a feeling that this has a similar effect without the, keeping you awake all hours of the night. But yeah, so this is, I love starting my day with this. I can show you. It's a green powder. And it dissolves very quickly in cold liquids, which is how like I said, that's how I like it. Or, again, you can just throw it in a smoothie and have it that way. They also suggested, because I have been going through some issues with my nerve, my pinched nerve, causing me back problems. They suggested that I try their turmeric complexes. So that is what I have here. This is just their basic turmeric complex, and this is what they call their Primal Flex, which is a more well-rounded supplement for joint health. I wanted to mention turmeric to you because It is a fascinating molecule. Turmeric and curcumin, which is the active molecule in turmeric, is a powerful anti-inflammatory. If you have things like arthritis, fibro, IBS, nerve issues, many, many more. Chronic inflammation is a killer, seriously. And this can help. Turmeric can help. Now, in the past, I was taking this supplement right here, which is 30 milligrams of highly digestible turmeric, curcumin, and I was taking this every other, well, 3 times a week, so every other day, basically. And I felt okay. I mean, it wasn't one of the holdover issues that I have been dealing with since I went off the medication that I used to keep the nerve in check. Was the severe cognitive issues. I mean, I don't want to go into grave detail, but as an example, one day I opened up an email from a friend of mine that I've known since high school, and it had a picture of her grandson in there, and I could not remember the name of her son. Someone who I have known since he was born and who is now in his 30s. I just kept staring at that picture, racking my brain, trying to remember her son's name. It took about 10 minutes, but eventually it did come back to me. Well, those are the kinds of things that I just did not want to deal with anymore. And turmeric has an effect on something in the brain called BDNF 2324. It is a chemical in the brain, and turmeric increases the levels of that chemical. And in so doing, by increasing this chemical, it can be effective in decreasing any effects from brain disease and age-related brain decline. It can even help to reverse those symptoms. It can improve your memory. It can even make you smarter because of these elevated BDNF levels. This has been a complete game changer for my cognitive abilities. I am back to remembering minutia details of things that happened years ago. Whereas I have friends who are like, remember? I don't remember that. And I'm like, yeah, you remember this happened, blah, blah. Yeah, that's me. Now, as I said, I was taking 30 milligrams every other day before. One capsule of this gives you about 1,000 milligrams. The turmeric may have done a great job with my memory, but my math still sucks. The amount of the supplement that you're getting, that I'm getting each day, is 650 milligrams. Okay, back to the video. Along with something called herein, which helps the body to absorb all that. And I was taking it every day. So yeah, a lot of times when we're supplementing and we're dealing with holistic remedies and we feel like they don't work, maybe it's because we're not taking enough. So I'm not taking that right now because about 2-3 weeks ago I developed a rash on the back of my neck that will not go away, although I think I have it under control now. And I thought it might be the amount of turmeric that I was taking, that maybe I was taking too much, because I had just, a few days before that rash showed up, I had just added this. This is the Primal Flex. Now, in addition to turmeric, this also has vitamin C, it has magnesium, it has ashwagandha in it, it has hydrolyzed collagen in it. So this is a more overall supplement that I was taking in the evenings because that vitamin C and extra magnesium helped me sleep. But I don't know if, I will go back to it. I mean, this has turmeric in it too, so I went off this as well. And the rash did not go away. In fact, it recently got worse. So I don't believe that the turmeric's in it, but I'm not going to go back on it until that rash is under control. I will say that the brain improvement I've maintained it. I haven't gone back to where I was before. So I am thrilled. I am 100% sold on turmeric. and on this company, Primal Harvest. Because when you go to their website and you look at their supplements, you will see that they are all really, really high quality, well formulated, and you know, the reviews are incredible, and I got to go and add a few 5-star reviews as well, because like I said, I have really, really enjoyed adding these to my overall supplement program and feel really good. So that's all I have today for you, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video and got some helpful information out of it, then please give it a thumbs up, because that helps out me and the channel and, you know, my quest to give you guys really good info. If you haven't subscribed, I would love it if you did that. Just hit the subscription and don't forget the notification bell so that you won't miss my next video. And until I see you again in that video, I'm wishing you a wonderful day, a wonderful week. Take good care of yourselves, and I will talk to you again very, very soon. Bye!